Hello, good morning. I thought I'd come a little bit early because I got some stuff. Talk about it. Well, let me grab a piece of paper. Sorry, that would be. Hang on. All right. 110-pound cardstock. Let me get some water and a brush. Right back. Okay. So what kind of weirdness are we up to? Well, I went. Let's talk about this one first. We have the die cut. Well, let's start this way. Hello. My name is Els. This is Bima's Crafty Corner. And I am Bima, better known as Els. And we are working on a detective journal, but we have a few other things first. Die cut swap. You need to mail this by the 12th, so you have 3 days to do it. And you should receive yours by the 23rd. If you don't, you let me know. Just as a Arlene is sending to Michelle. Michelle is sending to Mary Kay. Mary Kay is sending to Jennifer P. Jennifer P. is sending to Janie Sills. Janie Sills is sending to Mari, and Mari is sending to me. I am sending to Arlene. So, hello, Miss Arlene. Oh, hi, Harry. No. Get down. Get down. No. Get down. Scram. Scrape.
Morning, Arlene.
Scoosh. No, not lay down, you turd. Get down.
Uh-oh.
Down. Get off. Now you've done it. The boy's here. Okay.
You're such a good kid, I swear.
So yesterday I took the boy to Five Below because he wanted some candy. And, they have that 10 for, the 15-cent ones. And they had this. I found this. And I went, oh, let's take a look. Because, they're $5. So I thought we'd take a look and see, how bad are they? How good are they? It says that they are metallic. They're from Fresh Colors, Anchor Art. It says that it includes 12 metallic gel crayons, twist up watercolor gel crayons. So we have some color. And we have some more color. We're going to see if we can blend. I have water and a brush. Let's see. Holy crap. They actually blend out. That's impressive. Let's take a look. Yeah, flowers are simple. That's why we do them. Let's give it a shot. This is 110-pound Neenah cardstock. So just everyday average cardstock. And it blends out, and I have to tell you, the glitter actually moves. I mean, it's not great, but I got to tell you, it's at least as good as my Kings. And the glitter really moves out. Hold on, you guys can see all that glitter. It's got a lot of glitter in it. Okay, so that was it. That was my experiment for today. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're almost as good as the King Art. They look like King Art. They behave like the King Art. So, and, they even kind of look exactly like the King Art, except the King Art is not metallic. And these they have that little bit of glitter in them. And it's actually quite a bit of glitter. That's kind of cool. Okay. So that is the end of that little experiment for today. I just wanted to try them. And for $5, you know, I thought I'd give it a shot. $5 was worth it. So I have got to clean that card off. Good gravy. We are working. We are working on what I'm calling an album journal, and that is because we are using a pre-made scrapbook album. This is not your traditional scrapbook album, like, you know, with the photos and stuff. This is like a build-it-yourself kind of thing. So we have our front page, and you give that an open, and you have the card. We finished that yesterday. So we have a card, and then there's a tab. So we open this up. We've got some writing space, a couple more journal cards here. We have a big pocket with a journal card here, another tab that tells us to turn the page. We have some writing space, a 3-dimensional belly band with a giant journaling card in there. Give that a turn. You've got a little flip down here. Here we have just an envelope. Very nice. I love the inside of it. It's done. We added a little burnt paper to show, you know, maybe it's evidence. We've got writing space on the inside, writing space down here. You could certainly write here if you wanted to. And we have a giant journaling card, which we finished. Then over here, we have the front door. You open it up and you're in the living room. And we have a secondary flip here. It's got some chemical containers, writing space, a journaling card here. And of course, the inside of the living room. I'm not sure if we're going to add anything here. Probably not. Okay, and then we'll turn it. This is what we did yesterday. We have a nice floating pocket at the top with a big journaling card here. And we have this little flip with a journaling card, writing space, turn it over. Another journaling card that's one of our file folder ones. That's in there. And we're going to be working on this today. In addition to the book itself, we are using these, which are from Heartfelt Creations. That's who made the book. These are called pockets and flip fold inserts. And there's a bunch of them, but some of them, like this is 24 inches long by 10 3/4 inches wide. So these are giant pieces. This one's 16 inches. This one is 13.5 by 13. And this one is 13 by 13. So quite a selection of large pieces. We can cut them down or use them in whole. We have been using them by cutting them down. It is where this came from. It is where this pocket came from. It is where this flip has come from. This pocket. All of that. Okay. Now, I do have these pieces. And those came out of a set of paper that I bought off of Temu. But when I realized that it was it was misappropriated from Etsy, I went to Etsy and I bought the set as well. So we have a lot of paper and some ephemera pieces. These are those flips. We have a 6x6 pad that we have parts of that we're using. And we have our paper. We do have 3 signatures. We're going to be putting signatures into this once we get the base decorated, and then we'll start decorating the signatures. Hey, Steffi G. Yeah, we all know how much I love glitter. So this is the thing that I bought from Temu, but I bought the set itself because, you know, I want to make sure that people get credit for their, you know, for work. So I did buy it off of Temu. And I bought it when I realized that I bought it from Etsy. And most of it I can't use because it's got all these women and stuff on it and time inappropriate stuff. It's not, you know, it's not exactly. But the reason that I bought this one was because you can get, you know, it's got little pieces you can cut out. But I did buy the big set of it, and obviously because I have the this piece as one of the journaling cards. So, and we'll probably use more of it as we go along. So, today, our objective is to work on this page. So, I'm going to go ahead and take the tab off of this because we're going to be using a tab on that. So, we'll get rid of that. We'll just put it up here so we remember that we're putting a tab here. The other paper clip is holding this, which is a pocket that we're going to be using probably. Maybe. I don't know. But I decided to go early today, you know, because what the hell? Mess with everybody. Go on early. All right.
Corner of the day.
So we are deciding what we're going to do over here. And methinks we'll do this. Yeah, but I want it in better paper. That one somehow got managed to get colored on. All right, so we're going to use this one. Our pages are 6 1/4 by 8. Ruler's on the floor. Hello, how you doing? Nice to see you. Okay. So that is 8. That is 6 1/4. So we're going to go 6 by 7 3/4. We're going to cut this piece. All right. Cut that part off. Turn it around. Let's go to 6. I'm going to cut this part off. And then open this up so we can get to 7 3/4. Seven 3/4 right there. Take that part off and get rid of these 2 strips because they're no good. Worthless. Okay. All right, we are using scorched timber on this. Let me check this before I, start inking like a mad woman. Perfect. Okay. Go ahead and ink this and we'll get it down and then we'll figure out what we're doing. Because this is just our background, right? Right. All right. Then we're going to go ahead and glue this down. Right about there. Let's try glue today, shall we? See if it works. Hey, Mama Juju. Also, if you get a chance, stop by Zena's, if you see her live today, because today's her birthday. So you know she's going to be live at some point. So if you see her live, pop in and say hi. She might go live with Janie Sills. So if you see Janie live, then you know she might be in there. It's very hard when you're working like monochromatic color because you can't see, you have to kind of lift things up and look. job. I've been trying to kind of work this around, like different parts of the paper so that it's not exactly the same page each time. So far, we're doing pretty good. All right. So I won't see anybody tomorrow until tomorrow evening, so I'll say it now. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms. If I don't see you tomorrow, it's possible I could see you. You never know. All right. I'm going to work on this real quick. Maybe I'll use one I've already got. Let's see what we've got in here. What have we done? We have this one. Okay. And there's that pocket, but it's on the wrong side. We have a book page. We're going to use that inside, I think. We're going to use this inside. All right, let's see, what do we got? So we have this. This has 2 journaling cards. Could technically put it in here if we wanted to. Then we'd have one flip against another, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so we're going to do a pocket over here. Let's see what we've got. Get this out because that's, there's pre-cut pockets in here. Let's use them. Let's see. So we have just a big one we can put at the bottom. This one, well, we could decorate it into a tag. That one. There's this monstrosity we need to figure out what we're doing with it. We're probably going to cut this into pieces, Don't know. All right, let's see what else. What else do we have? I think that's it for that one. I thought we had another. Oh, no, I think maybe we used it. We did. We used it. Okay. All right, so we need a pocket. I kind of like the tall one. I don't like the back so much. Let's get rid of that and see where we're at. All right, let's get rid of this. And I don't mind these. Give us a little, we'll use that somewhere later. All right, where's Boney? There he is. Let's fold these back. Miter corners. So I don't know about y'all, but I don't like all that bulk, Too much bulk. Let's move these. Okay. Yes, Miss Zena the Sassy Crafter. She comes in here from time to time, so we'll be nice to her. I'm kidding. I'm nice to everybody. Okay, so we have this. This could be an issue, but you know what? We're going to make it work. Let's get a piece that we want to use. This. Grab the paper. Trying to avoid these flowers, because let's be honest, you don't think flowers when you think Sherlock Holmes, At least I don't. You might. I don't. Oh, maybe this. Let's see. Maybe that. We kind of use this on the front page, so I really don't want to use it anywhere else, but rather cut it up. All right. We're going to use this. Okay. So let's start with. Hey, man, where'd my pencil go? Pencil. Don't drop that on the floor, woman. Okay. So I'm going to cut this to width first, which is right about there. And then draw this, trace this on the back, and we'll do it by hand. How bad can it be, right? Okay. Well, it doesn't look too bad. Let's see how it looks on the paper. Not too shabby. Didn't do too bad. I mean, it's not perfect, but you know, hey, what the hell? We're not perfect. I'm never perfect. I don't like to be perfect. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we got that and glue it down. Hi, Miss Maury. Hi, Gypsy. If I missed you, I apologize. I'm kind of into this today. Well, you know, we get to start on the signatures probably next week, next Wednesday. And I'm kind of excited. Ooh, look at what we did. All right, now we need to decorate this. And I'm thinking that is where some of these little parts come in. You know, like these things. Because the case files, we could use those. Let's see if there's anything else in here I want to use. The typewriter. You know, these are the parts we can cut out and work around. Like this guy, Lord Archibald Grimsby. These faces we can certainly use. You know, we just have to cut them out. Where's my, there they are. Okay. Let me get a big pair out here so I can chomp this. Okay. Put the pin, if I can find the pin. I thought I put the pin up there. Thought I had the pin up there. There it is. It fell. Okay. I'll put the pin in there. So, how the hell is everybody? What are we doing? Anybody got big plans for the weekend? I do. I'm hanging out with a bunch of my friends, and we're going to do some mixed media and play some games. And I have Buggy here. He's always fun. Tomorrow I have to be on his butt, though, because he's got to call his mom. He likes to come hang out over here, but he needs to call his mommy on Mother's Day. You know? Because that's a thing. I'm hoping somebody's going to come get him before tomorrow. Not that I don't enjoy his company, because I love his company. We all know this. He's my buddy. But one typewriter. I like it. Yes. Okay, let's eat this puppy. I need to make it. Very good. About damn time you got a package. Okay. Here we go. We're going to put some glue on this sucker and get it on here. And then we're going to figure out what else we're going to put on here. Okay, what else do we want to put on here? I don't know. What else would you put on here? I think we'll put a guy on here. What do you think? Nope, let's do these. I like this. Here we go. We're going to cut this part out. Yeah, so like I bought, I don't know, like 6 sets of this stuff. Sherlock Holmes themed things. Because none of them either had enough elements to actually make a journal, or they were like they were in different time frames, you know? I had one, I thought it was adorable, but it had modern handcuffs. And I was like, those are not the handcuffs they had at the time. That's not. No, not good. So I ended up having to buy like 5 or 6 sets so I could get enough to actually do it. And then some of them were like a female Sherlock Holmes. They had Sherlock Holmes running around in like a modern hat. I was like, what? I'm going to put this out here. It was very strange. Very, very strange indeed. Yes. Actually, Steffi, yours is in the back seat of my car. I'm pretty sure. I put it in the car to take it to the thing, and I keep forgetting to drop it off. But it's going today. I apologize. I pride myself on fast shipping, but I'm making Steffi wait for hers. Hey, Zoe. But I'm pretty sure it's in the back of my car. It's been all over Vegas. Yeah, handcuffs. I know. I'm going to handcuff it to my wrist so I remember to mail it. All right. So now we have this, and now we need to do, a tag. There has to be a tag in here. So let's take a look at what we have in our tags and things and see if we've got one that we want to use. We'll use this one. So first things first, let's put it on some paper. Back it up. Yes, we'll back it up. There we go. I think it's already inked. Yeah, I inked it already. Damn, I'm efficient. Well, we'll ink it again. Just, so that I look like I'm doing my job. I don't know. All right. On here. Then we'll cut this out, miter the corners, and make it into a tag. Scissors. Here, scissors, 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 scissors. There they are. Okay. Okie dokie. A little bit of tag overhang. Okay, now, unless we want somebody to have to write on the back of this in white pen, we need to back the back. So, let's see what we have to back it with. We don't have to get fancy here, just something light colored. Oh, we have leftover parchment. One of the crackers told Kara that she mailed a big package but found the donation still in her car. No clue what she mailed Kara. Could be laundry original groceries. Okay. See, sometimes I do the dumbest stuff, I'm telling you. I put it in the car. To the post office I went. I said, I have one UPS package today. So I put them in the car. I will let you know, it's very safe though. It's been riding around in the back seat of my car in Miss Lily's car seat. So it's very safe. But I'm pretty sure it's your package. All right, we're going to miter some corners. Is that the top? Yes, okay. Sometimes I lose my mind. Shush. Okay, then we're going to round the bottom. That does not look good. What is the problem here? I don't like that at all. What is the deal? Oh, it just looks awkward because this is not centered exactly. Okay. Let's poke a hole in this puppy. Right through the brain. I need a thing. Let me grab the things. Yes, USPS destroys mail. I know they do. They're horrible. Horrible, I tell you, horrible. Okay. I think we're going to use gunmetal for this one. I like that look. There we go. Put that away. And let's get Arlene's box down and put a top on this, shall we? All right. I'm thinking just like black or cream. It's got to be one or the other. We don't want to get anything, too out there. I have this like cream color. It's not wrinkled. It's not crinkled. It's just regular. We're gonna have to get out all the stuff that we have in there that's not crinkled, and we'll do a whole thing on crinkling this. Okay. So let's put that through. And that through there. Look, you both have to go, whether you like it or not. You have to go through the loop. Pull each side individually. There we go. Oh, I really like that color. All right, and now we have to put the tab on. Where's the tab? It's here someplace. We have it. It's here. I know we have it. I lost the damn tab. There it is. Okay. Where are we going to put the tab? I'm thinking maybe over here. Or down here. Maybe there. All right. So let's put that there for the moment because we have to look at the other side of this page. All right. So if we put it at the top, it's not going to interfere with the belly band. Let's see. But are we going to do the belly band? That's the question. Because we also have somewhere. There it is. I think. No, that's not it. That's not it. We'll find it. It's here. There it is. Okay, because we also have this pocket that we could put at the bottom. So do we want to do a belly band? We have one here. And one there. We could do a belly band on the back and do use these pages and do the punch out and do the 3D. Let's do that. You think so? I think so. We'll get a nice size page of this collection, and then we'll do the punch out belly band. So we have our belly band. It's going to go here. Let's get this prepped, and then we can do that. And, I got to put Arlene's box away. Hold on. Hi, Christine. Okay. Get that out of the way. All right, so our belly band is 8 3/8. Yeah. And it is 2 1/4 inches wide. So we need a strip that is 2 inches wide of printed material. That is exactly 2 inches. All right. Let's chop this and see. All right, so we need this to be, let's see, 1/8. I'm going to take off 1 3/8. That should be the right height. And then trim this part off, which should give us the correct width. Okay, you got it. All right, so I'm going to ink this, and then we'll work on the other, because we got to get a bunch of circles done. Circles. Okay, so let's get this glued down, and then we'll start punching some circles. Well, Hubbard ordered, you can't order ammunition through the mail, but you can order like the brass and stuff. Hubbard ordered a box of brass one time. I think it was for his 9mm. And
they were the bullet heads.
The heads. And they showed up, they were in a plastic bag inside the box. Mutilated and soaking wet. Like, what did you do? We looked. There was no rain between where they shipped from and here for 2 weeks. Where did you people get the rain? Do they every 20th package they just submerge it? What? Watch, this will be fun. And then they put it in that bag that says, "We're sorry, your mail was damaged during shipment." Like that's supposed to absolve them of responsibility. Oh. All right, we have this one. We have these. Looking for the little pieces. Yeah, because we care. Love that one. Hey, we're so sorry we messed up your stuff, but we care. I don't think that there's a person in this country that appreciates our postal service. And that's sad because my daughter works there. My son-in-law. I'm forever giving her shit. All of them. Give them all crap. Here's one. What else? What else we got? What else do we got? All right. All right. I think that's going to be enough. So I'm going to get out my circle punch and we'll get started doing some circling. So in order to do this, I'm going to have to trim this paper down quite a bit, place to place here. And like that, we'll do these because, that's just too clear. Get a little bit more off of here. Yeah. Yep, way better. There's one. This one. Get that one out of there. Let's do this one. And I need the smaller one. Where is it? It's over here. Here it is. And we'll do this. That's a good one. And maybe this one. And let's see if we can get one out of there. We can. Just barely. All right, we got that. And this one, we'll do some half rounds, you know, for the edge. There's a half round. There's a full round. You know, I use this sometimes, and I understand why people get so frustrated with them. Seriously? Ah. Come out of there. Okay. That one, get rid of that. What else we got? A nice Sherlock head. Let's do that. That. I'm going to trim here. Let's get that. And hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. All right, we're going to do that one. And let's do half of that one. And an off the page over here. Okay, I think we might have like maybe one or two left. Let's do that one. And I'm going to try and get rid of some of this. I'm telling you, Sherlock does not do pink. You know? Let's do that one. All right, I think that's enough. So let me put these away. And I'll get out the dimensionals and we'll get started. Okay, so first part of this, if you didn't see the video, there is a video for this, guys. I was actually kind of happy when I came up with this because it's really cool. So first part, after you punch everything out, and you don't have to use circles. I use circles, but you could use circles, squares, ovals, hexagons, octagons, whatever shape you want. You could use a mix of shapes. I like the circles, okay? So then I'm going to come in and just ink the edge of everything. I don't know. I think we did this video like 2 months ago, but it's there in the playlist. You guys can find it. It's really easy. I haven't looked yet, but I'm going to guarantee there. Yes, a stencil or a paint chip. And or you can use one or both. So what I try to do is I try to pick something that's like a really traditional crafting supply, you know, like a stencil. And then I try to pick one that's used, but not always, you know, like a less common one, and see it and challenge people to come outside their comfort zone. That's what this year is about. This year is come outside of your comfort zone. So we've done single signature journals over the years. We've done the 52 card challenge. We have done the project challenge, where we did every month there was a different project randomly chosen, and you had to use something specific, you know, or like you absolutely have to incorporate string. Figure it out. Make an ATC and incorporate string. We did that one. And we've got a few more coming up. Every year we pick a different challenge and we go with it. Okay, here we go. Last one. All right, so now that I have these all inked, I will get out my dimensionals and we will start putting them on. Oh, of course, my dimensionals are buried. Yes, and now look at you. You're a card making machine. And beautiful cards they are, too. Michelle is the same way. She started making cards, too. All right, so now we have some dimensionals. These are, I think these are Sticky Fingers. Sticky Thumb, that's what they're called. These are from Sticky Thumb. Okay. So let me get my glue open, because I don't trust adhesives. I don't care who it's from. You know? Never trust an adhesive or fart. That's my I live by. My motto. All right. So this is the first one. We do want to make sure that we have it going in the right direction. And I'm going to commit right there. All right. So big ones first, because then you fill in the space with the smaller ones. So get the big ones on here. So this one goes on the edge. So let's get a back on it. Now you can just glue these down if you want. Or if you are comfortable, you can also use the eclipse technique. You know, where you build it up a little bit with the multiple circles underneath it. You could certainly do that. But I find that just putting the dimensions is kind of enough, you know. You don't have to make these any thicker. Not really, anyway. Off the border, we want it, you know. And then this one, let's see. Don't exactly have one for this side. So let's make one. Boop. Okay. Ink. And dimensional. Hi, Harry. I hear you. But it's not happening. I've already taken you outside once today, and you didn't want to be out there because it was hot. You big weenie. I'm going to put this one down at the bottom. then we will start filling in. Oh. That sucks. Okay, I don't really want that hanging off of there, so I'm just going to trim it back. There we go. And then I'll hit it with a little ink. All right, so now I have the big ones on. We're going to start with the little ones. These are a little bit easier to do. Because they're less fussy. And of course, if you don't have squares, you can just use tape, you know. Use your dimensional tape, your foam tape. You can get that at the Dollar Tree. You know, we never trust it anyway, so, you know, you're going to put glue on it anyhow, so might as well get it at the Dollar Tree, right? All right, so this is all the medium-sized ones. And I've got 1, 2 more mediums. I don't have any more mediums bigger. Okay, we'll just do twice as many. Look out for it. All right, so now let's do the medium-sized ones. Does not want to stick. Look, just stick there. Thank you. Okay. I need to get some more. It's okay, I have a few. There we go. So I want this one to really stand up. So I'm going to double it. This one I'm going to double. Because these are the 2 Sherlock heads. And I want them to have a little volume. The rest of these, we're just going to kind of fill it in. We just want to be sure that our images are going in the right direction, that's all. And this last one, which is the pipe, I'm going to put right there. And then we have all the little ones. Get all those out of the way. We'll get these down here so we can put some backs on them. Little bitty ones. We have little bitties, little bitty ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn it over. Don't put the sticker on that side, doofus. Bye, Arlene. All right. So we're going to put these on. See that? And that is why I do not trust adhesive on a sticker. Stupid, stupid, stupid things. All right, this is Girly's head. Put Girly's head down here. Then light post there, making sure it's going in the right direction. What is it? I don't know. It's just some writing. It's not important. Put it right there because it's not important. There we go. And this last one, which says Erlock, Erlock. Huh. I'm going to put it over here, but I'm going to double this one. Yep. Yeah. Make it big. It's going to be a biggie. There we go. Blue. Get it on there. Give it a push. All right, that's all of them. Can't even see the paper we used in the background. Yay. All right. So that is and I've finally done away with a pack of these things. It's been a while since I've done away with a pack of them. All right. So now we have our Sherlock Holmes belly band in 3 dimensions. And we're going to back this with some paper. Then we're going to put this on there. So let's see. What do we want to use? I think we want to use something very plain in the background so that this pops. Let me grab the big pad. Okay. All right, let's see. Maybe this? It's just a grid, like in beige. Brick wall. I want something very basic. Now, we've used this before. Do we want to use it again, or do we want to save it? Let's take a look at how this looks on each of these. That looks okay. That looks better, though. All right, we're doing it. Okay. Alrighty. Yes, I know these pages should be uniform, but I do want to make sure. 8 by 6. All right. 8 this way, so 6 across this way. And then 8. All right. And we're going to ink. Just to get rid of the white, because I hate the white edge. Okay, hate is too strong a word. I use that for like things like Hello Kitty, you know? Alrighty. So this is going to go in here. I'm going to get some glue on it. Steffi G ran out on us. It's her Ring doorbell. Keeps yelling at her. It's trying to tell her, there's a tornado coming. Get in the basement. Hide in the bathtub. That was like when we were kids and we had to learn how to hide for nuclear attack. That was just so they knew where to find us. You know, like where are the bodies? Under the desks. They're all right there under the desks. There was no protection in that, honestly. All right, so let's glue this puppy in. And then we have a journaling card to make for it. There we go. I'm going to use a couple of clips just to hold this fur so I can move on to something different, which is putting in that that clip has no some of these clips are like really tight and some of them that's got nothing. I hate that one so much I'm throwing it away. All right, so now put the tab on up here. We're going to do it at the top because we have a pocket right here. And so I want to do it up here. Okay, so like right there. And put some glue on this side. This we had already inked, so I didn't need to ink it. Fold that over. Okay, tab. All right. So that's drying. I love that look. You know, that pop off the page kind of look. I love it. Love it. You could take it further and you can actually add some on top of some of these, you know, to give it even more dimension or more off the side kind of thing. But I just wanted this to kind of show a collage in miniature of Sherlock Holmes. So you've got the consulting detective right here. And then you got a little peek of street, little Sherlock here. And then, you know, here he is working and you've got, you know, pieces and parts like his pipe and there's a nightlight and there's, you know, his window and then just a little bit of writing, you know. So, and then of course, Sherlock himself. So kind of popping it up, you know. I like that kind of stuff. I'm weird. I know. All right. This needs a journaling card. And that journaling card needs to be monstrous. Like not hugely monstrous, but big. Okay. And we have these, and I'm thinking maybe we'll cut these out. Like, I don't want to necessarily use this as a page, but I think if I cut it out, I could put it on and use it in a way that works for me. So I'm going to rough cut this page. Okay. And then that's going to be the back of the journaling card. Well, not that piece, but let's see. I need working an idea in my brain. Working an idea in my brain. Okay, I have an idea. It's just a thought. I'm working it. What if we put take this, right, and glue a piece of cardstock to here, effectively making a pocket that we tuck in, and then we can have like paper inside of it. Let's see. Then we can have a writing section on the back. This might work. You know, it would be different. It would be different. And if I do the back right, I could actually have a tab on it, like a file, you know? You pull it out. You stuff it in. You pull the stuff out. Let's look at that. How wide is this? This is 4. So I need a piece that was 4.5. Let me grab a piece of cardstock. And it's going to have to be heavy cardstock. Hold on. 110 pound, I'm thinking. I'll hold this up. All right, so 4.5. Let's get that cut. Oh. Four and a half. And thar to thar. Six and a quarter. Just a hair under 6 1/4. Yes. So we're going to take off. Let's take off 1 3/4 and see where that puts us. Okay, we want to take off just a hair over 1/2 inch. There's 1/2 inch. And a hair. Yes. Yes. Okay. Then let's do this. I'm going to use the little one. Two. And 2. Then we'll create our tab. There we go. Little snip with the scissors here to clean this up. It's not quite clean. All right. Where's that file? There it is. I can file this. It's 110 pound. It's thick paper. Okay. I'm going to round these corners just slightly. Here and here. And kind of blend it in. Let's see how we got it. Ah, perfect. You know what? I think this can go deeper. Where's my big border? There it is. Okay. We're going to try this because I think it can be deeper. I'm going to trim that again. And reround. Let's see where we're at. All righty. So we've been here a long time, but we are coming to the end of this one. I think today's anyway. Today's edition. Yes. All right. We're going to go ahead and glue. I'm going to use tape and glue. Let me grab some red tape. All right, so we're going to put some tape here right on the outside edge, glue mostly on the inside edge, okay? Icky stickies. Hey, I managed to clean these off. Aren't you proud of me? I know, we rarely do that. And then down here. There. That. Then we'll do this last side. And then we'll add, we'll take this off. We'll add glue on the inside. There we go. Okay. All right. Drop it on the floor. That's always good. Okay, here we go. All right. I have a little bit of tape there that needs to come off. Okay. Where's my hooky do? Get that pressed on. And then we'll go ahead and take it up. Come on. Work with me here. There we go. There. There. All right. Now, glue. 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 Gotta get this right on the corner. Okay, come out of there. So this gives us a little lift, but not, it's not massive. Okay. And then we will decorate that. And then we can put, some extra writing paper in it. Just flung that across the desk. And put it I can't blame Michelle for my desk today. Right like this. Voila! I love it. All right. So we're going to be working on this on Wednesday, which will finish this part. And then we are going to get started on our actual signatures that will go in here and the folio. We're going to create a folio for this one as well. So this one's going to be an incredible book when we're done. All right. So out of the way. Everybody out of the way now. We're going to bring down the other book. Okay, here we go. Hello, Miss Michelle. All right. So tonight we have a craft with me. And tonight's craft with me, we're going to be altering some windowed envelopes. So get out your return junk mail, return bills, and get those envelopes out because we're going to start playing with those tonight. There is a video on the subject somewhere in my playlist. I will try and remember to link it for tonight if somebody wants to, look at it. Wasn't that long ago. And then, so we're going to be doing that. And then tomorrow is mixed media tomorrow night. And then Sunday morning, we're going to be playing the game. And Monday is the day that you need to mail your die cuts by. Get those in the mail. Remember, it's just a legal size envelope, just a regular, ow, son of a, ow, that hurt. You're a bad tool and you boo-booed me. That's not nice. That's going to bleed like a mother. Yep, there it goes. I got that pick right in the corner of my nail there. Son of a... Don't finish that statement. No, no, no. Els. Son of a... So, yeah, just, 15 or 20 die cuts, basically, in an envelope. You don't want it to cost much more than a stamp. You know what I mean? What a mess. You don't even want to see my cart right now. It is a disaster. So, that needs to, you get that in the mail. And, if you want to use your Cricut or something like that, you can do that. They don't have to be like, hand cranked dice they can be cricket cuts if that's, what you got. So, don't be stressing this, man. I'm going to cut these out by hand. Do not stress this stuff, guys. It's not, we're not looking for perfection here. We're just looking to share what we have with everyone else. Okay? So don't stress on it. If you don't even have a die cutting machine and you want to, do this kind of die cut, if you got a bunch of these things, send a bunch of these. Or put those in with it. That would be cool. You never know. Hey, no, you cannot fall on the floor. Let's see, what else? I have updated the list. I'm going to be doing some filming this week, and I'll be updating that list again, because it's what I do. I update the list. Okay.
Hi, this is Michael Cox, Advanced Technical Support.
But we did go on very early today, and the reason we went on early was to try and get some more work done. So mixed media tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 7, 8, and 9 across the country. And then the game on Sunday at 10:15 a.m. That's 11:15, 12:15, and 1:15 across the country. And what else? I think that's it. I think that's everything. I think that'd be everything, ladies. All right, so if you need shipping information for the die cut swap, let me know. I will give it to you. I will get you in touch with the person that you need to be in touch with, whatever it is, whatever help you need, I'm here for you. What else? That's it, guys. That's really it. All right. So if you're new here and I haven't offended you, go ahead and hit the button and subscribe. Why? Because if I haven't offended you yet, I probably won't, which is good. You never know with me. I could offend you at the drop of a hat. What else? Don't forget to check out the community tab here on the YouTube channel. That tells you everything that I have going on, everything coming up, videos and things like that are coming out in the next couple of months. I'm usually about 2 to 3 months ahead on those. That hurt. I also have that same list over at my Facebook group. So join the Facebook group if you're interested. It's a fantastic group of ladies, very supportive, very, very caring, very creative ladies. And I am proud to say that I have a very close community. And you could go by my Ko-Fi, pick up some free digitals, or swing over into my Patreon and show some support. That's it. That's all I have for you until I see you again. Stay inside. Stay hydrated. Stay well, my friends. I love you guys. Bye-bye. And if I don't see you, happy Mother's Day.